Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. So it's a beautiful Friday. We actually took off of work today. We did some machining this morning, and after about 6.5 hours of that, I decided just to enjoy the day. I've had my son out here in the shop, and we've got some packages that came in the mail today from some customers. It's going to be some pretty interesting jobs. I went and actually purchased a 4th milling machine. Because we're going to be selling the XLO. I've decided it's not what I'm looking for, really. I'm worried about parts availability, so we're going to let that one go. But as you can see, it's a beautiful day. It's about 78 degrees here in the shop. I've had the doors open all day. I was supposed to mow, but the mower made it right here. And that's it. I don't think you've seen my mower, so we'll check it out in a minute. But let me zoom you in here and show you what we're working with this week. And these are going to be in some future videos, but my videos are severely behind right now. The editing is really making me struggle. Anyway, we got some new tool purchases. We bought us a size 5. We have a size 1, 2, and 3 on the brazing tips, but the 3 is just really not enough for the things that I'm brazing. So we bought a size 5 and a size 7. And if you guys are here from Steve Summers' video, thank you so much. We are at 698 as of this morning. I haven't checked in several hours. See, the shop cat has made his appearance in the video. He hasn't been in one in quite some time. We were at 301 subscribers when Steve posted that video, and it has jumped tremendously. I can't believe there's actually 700 people out there that want to watch me, so thank you so much. And hopefully we keep growing from here, because I'm really enjoying sharing what I do with you guys. And Ozzy is too. If you're not familiar with my channel or you're new here, this is Ozzy the shop cat. He sleeps in a chair in here all day, and then he drags critters in at night, usually squirrels and chipmunks. I find all kinds of body parts in here. But he's a big baby. He's 4 years old. He weighs about 20 pounds. Solid muscle. He's basically a panther. He's a good boy, and he's going to make this video really difficult right now. So anyway, we're going to zoom you in here on the cat's butt. If he'll move. Come on now. Back up. Back it up. Back it up. Alright. So anyway, we got us some brazing tips. Size 5 and 7. We've been, haven't gotten to play with them yet. But we've been doing some other braze work today. Messing around, really. That's the thing about brazing. You can never be good enough at it. And I'm a far cry from an expert, but I get things to stick. Anyway, so we had a customer. I showed you these in a previous Friday Night Ramblings video. And we're going to be making 2 of these. And I just decided, instead of having the customer have to, he wasn't comfortable on grinding these to fit properly. So I made a little deal with him there, and he sent me his swivel base. Now, he did ask for this to be repaired, but I believe I'm going to talk him into keeping this repair. This is a previous repair that was there when he bought it, as was this. So the guy was pretty rough on his vise. Apparently, it looks like he might have, looks like he might have pulled up on this so hard that it split here, and somehow probably ripped the bolt out. As you can see, it's an oval shape. Not sure. But anyway, he sent it to us so we can make the 2 new ones. And apparently my trigonometry is good enough because I measured this radius on a piece of paper. I'll show you here. Watch out, baby. Watch out. So he sent us this so we can get it dialed in and swiveling perfect. It's going to need some cleaning up, of course. But apparently our trigonometry has not failed, because before I had the base, I don't know if you can see those light lines there, but we've got a 7.514 inch diameter circle based off of measuring this radius right here and doing a chord. So this is a chord. So obviously your radius gauges aren't going to go to 7.5 inches. So this is called a chord. So I traced the radius here, and I also measured from the radius to exactly where it straightens out, found our height, and then did a little trigonometry and figured out, based on this height to the radius, was 3 point, whatever that is, 757. That's your arc. So your arc is a radius. When I went ahead and took me some drafting tools that I am terrible at using and made a 7.5 inch circle just to visualize it in my head that these are the swivel feet that we will be making that are sliding on this circle. So I did on another piece of paper the center one. I had the customer double check. He wasn't comfortable giving me exact dimensions. He didn't have a caliper. So we shipped the swivel base. Now I'll be able to fit these. I just wanted to show off my trigonometry skills. I'm sure there's an easier way to do that, but I don't know. Moving on here, another new tool we got. This is the only other tool that we purchased today besides that milling machine. It's a really good buddy of mine that lives close. He actually gave me something in the back of the truck, I'll show you here in a minute, for free, that he's been trying to sell me for 2 years now. He just wanted it out of his hair. He knew I wasn't going to bite on it, but now I've got it. So we've got a Hermann Schmidt magnetic, I guess you'd call this a Magnavise, but it's a magnetic sine vise, which will be excellent for our surface grinder. A little big for our surface grinder, but hopefully I'll be upgrading that soon. And anyway, this thing is insanely heavy, but it's okay. But anyway, it's very nice and rigid. It's going to make a good setup. Now I do still need to find a small, possibly 6-inch compound sine vise, and we also need to make some sides for it and square them up. So that'll be on a video in the future. Not sure when, but this is something that I have needed, and I've been getting away with a cheap, not cheap, but a Palmgren angle vise, just for quick, dirty angles is what I like to call it. Nothing exactly precision. So this will be really nice. There is a score mark in there, so it's going to have to be ground. So we're going to grind in something we haven't done on our surface grinder, and we'll probably not. We'll probably let the next guy do it and purchase us one, and then grind the chuck on the grinder, the bed under the chuck, then come in here, grind this plate. No. Then come in here and grind this top plate. So we'll be square to everything. I don't think I'm smart enough to figure out how to grind in this and then making up the difference, and yeah, we're not going to do that. So we got a screaming deal on this from my buddy. He's 78, and he's been machining most of his life, and we're really good buddies. He knew I was looking and needing one of these. He doesn't watch the video. I'm pretty sure he doesn't do internet, so yeah, looking for one of these, and I've learned some things off of him. He's basically a mentor. We've bought all kinds of stuff, rotary tables from him. We bought a horizontal mill. Almost bought a lathe today. We're still in the discussion period on that. But we bought a All I'm going to say is it's a Bridgeport milling machine. You'll be seeing it when it comes. I'm not sure when we're going to get around to it. He's got a hydraulic drop deck trailer, but I really just need to get this XLO out of the shop first. Once the XLO's gone, we'll have him bring that here, and I'll snap some pictures of the unload process and possibly a picture of my buddy Tony also. But I've learned a tremendous amount from him. So having this, and I'm going to be having his Bridgeport, which was his first machine, very well taken care of. He's had it for 40 years. That's going to be a pretty big honor there. So pretty excited there. And last but not least, this is going to be a short video, guys. Nothing exciting going on, just catching up with you. Coming back here, we've got a 2.5-inch Wilton vise. So I'm not sure if you've ever seen one. They make one size smaller. Here's a pack of cigarettes. Pretty tiny vise. It's 2.5 inch, what they call a Wilton toddler. Really, really sweet vise, but it does have some issues. Somebody broke off both screws. So both screw holes are completely broken. We're gonna have to probably weld a washer onto these very carefully. Stack it up, weld a nut on there, and then back them out. Assuming they're not cross-threaded. I really hope not. If they are, we'll have to set it up in a milling machine and get these out. Because this is a vise that, you know, it was made, it's a Chicago Wilton, so it was made probably in the 40s or 50s. I haven't checked yet. We're going to do that together here. It looks like it was stamped incorrectly. Yeah, I have no idea. 171171. Maybe there's a date if we keep on going. No. So it's stamped right here. Looks like it's double stamped. So I have no idea on that. That's pretty cool though. Looks like it still has the original end cap, which is amazing. This is a super cool vise. I just really like these tiny ones, and you know, they are handy for some jobs that you do. But we'll be making a new set of jaws for this, fitting them to it perfectly. Like I said, repairing that, and then it has a repair needed on the bottom. So let me show you there. But anyway, in the comments, I'd like to know where some of you new guys are from. I feel like the original 300 were probably customers of mine. So I'd like to know where you guys are from, what kind of weather you're having on this Friday. I don't want to rub it in, but we've had about a perfect 70. It was 70 degrees at like 10 this morning and up to 78, and it's been just beautiful blue skies all day. And absolutely perfect weather. But anyway, we've got a hairline crack right here, and I'm going to show you when we go to fix it with some penetrant dye. It is not a hairline crack. I mean, it is, but it's all the way through. Sorry, I struggle with this. It goes all the way through, right through the centering pin. So he wants that completely fixed. We're going to have to pull that pin out, and then we're going to do 100% penetration braze on it. So we're going to get it realigned, braze it up, get this vise completely repaired for him and functional. It was missing a jaw because obviously someone broke it off. But this is a super cool vise. Wilton 825, made in Chicago, US. I'm going to say 40s or so. I have a Chicago 830, so just one size up from this. And it was made in 44. I'm not 100% up on my history as far as remembering it. But Chicago were in the 40s, and then I think in the late 50s is when they moved to Schiller Park, Illinois. But anyway, that's what I got there for you. It's just a little bit more here. So we sold this Columbian 505. We sold a Columbian 506 also that I'll show you next week when we get around to it. This one's the goal for now. So we sold this thing that was one of my first vices that I used tremendously. This thing's seen a lot of hours. The handle is completely pitted. Not sure how this even happens, but completely pitted and just nasty looking. So he's getting a new handle. We're going to bore what's called the meatball, the front part of the spindle. We're going to bore it out, fit a custom size handle in there. We're going to replace this jaw. And we're also going to replace this jaw right here, which I'm dreading driving these pins out. It's always a pain. Like I said, I break pins, drive pin punches all the time. And he wants this filled up right here, this hole, which I don't blame him. It's almost into the jaw there. That's a weak point. So we're going to smooth all these crappy weld splatter down. We're going to probably fill that with braze or possibly nickel 99. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to be getting around to that. The 506 needs a custom swivel nut made, which we will be doing. There's my mower. If you haven't seen it before, it's now mowing season. It's a 61-inch. It's a 61-inch Ferris with the, I think it's a 26 horsepower Briggs & Stratton in it. But see what I mean? It's just a beautiful day out here. So Tony has been trying to sell me this 3-phase generator for years. It does run. It does not output 3-phase. Well, it does. It'll run lights and other small things. It won't run a motor right now. It is 8,000 watts, so it should run up to like a 5, maybe a 7.5 horse. Needs a battery. It is key start, 16 horsepower Briggs & Stratton Vanguard. So it's a heck of a motor on this thing. But this should get us by for, it'll put out single phase also, so this should be a nice generator. Caught me pretty off guard giving it to me for free, I'll admit that. Ignore the garbage, this is my shop garbage. But last but not least here, last but not least here, he gave us, he was in a very giving mood today. We're gonna keep one of these, and I told him if you give me both of these, I'm gonna sell one. You know that, right? He understood. So I can't feel bad if I warned him. He was in a very giving mood today. But he gave us a Transit. They both come with their plumb bobs. This one's got a harness with it. No, what's it called? Tripod for it. But they both seem to work. I have no idea how to use one. My dad does, and my uncle does. But They are for surveying and finding your, flatness of your land. This one's a Nikon, and this one is a Starrett. So pretty cool. Didn't know Starrett made things like this, but it makes sense. I feel like I'm on a pirate ship. But yeah, pretty neat. It's a Starrett number 99 Transit. That's all I know about it. Can't believe he did that for us. That's all I've got for today, guys. I know it's a quick, boring video. This has turned out to be a very boring evening. I'm exhausted. I did take off Thursday also from work, but I've worked myself harder being in the shop both days. So, wife and son's gonna be gone this weekend, so I've got a ton of catching up to do. I'm gonna start it first thing in the morning, 4 a.m. Like I said, I really appreciate everybody subscribing. It means a lot that people actually want to watch what I'm doing out here, so I must be entertaining somebody besides myself for once. But I'm gonna wrap it up for the evening, go in and eat some pizza. We got some takeout pizza. We can't get delivery out here in the middle of nowhere. I had to drive a hour-and-a-half round trip to get pizza. That's the usual. Then of course pizza for, got both my nieces here this weekend. It's about $60 for pizza, apparently. What in the world? What in the world, buddy? All right, guys, but take care, and you'll be seeing some projects coming up. And thank you for watching.